Morning everyone, back from swing, about to take the Z out. I just called up Repco and they've got some spark plugs waiting for me. My G is still sitting there all sad and everything, so ordered yellow jacket coil packs for it as well, and they have come in the mail. They look beautiful, they look very nice. Now, going to get those spark plugs, going to get food, going to get fuel. This will be my daily activities, and then we're going to do coil packs and spark plugs on my G, and then start pulling apart the diff and the handbrake, etc. So let's get started. So we decided we're going to wash it actually as well, because it is disgusting. Look at that, just gross. So we're gonna wash it as well and then go to Super Cheap, because I can't be driving around in a dirty ass car. And the G's got a whole bunch of stuff to do as well. Those brake lines, I ordered them from GK Tech and I'm having some problems with their shipping. So we're gonna see what goes on there. Just sent them an email seeing where they are, but I've got lower control arms and high misalignment tie rod ends as well coming in. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with that as well. We are at Repco. Make sure the car's locked. Don't need nobody stealing my whip. Gonna go get some spark plugs. Yay. And we're back home. About to start the G, move it over there behind Keith's car. Keith is doing his GK Tech lock kit. Oh shit. Oops, I dropped the keys. Oh, far out. Alright. First start since the drift event. See if she goes alright. As always, reliable. Oh, forgot I had no brakes. I also need to fix this battery bracket, so that is something that I got held up on at the drift event. Completely forgot about that. So this is what was holding my battery in, but it wasn't going anywhere, so annoying. But that is the case. So that was the secondary bonnet latch that I had on there. I'm getting a start on these spark plugs. Just started pulling everything apart. Spark plugs, coil packs, spark plugs. Got some water because we're healthy. And yeah, so I've got diff brace, diff bushes, GK Tech extended studs, and then I got to get a battery bracket. So basically get just another one of these, cut it shorter, bend the tip on it, and then throw it in this end. And have the secondary bonnet latch back where it goes, just hooked around there, and then I clip it onto that. So yeah, I'll get this side done. This was the easy side, and then I'll start moving everything out of the way for the other side. So one side is in. They look gangster, so cool. My old ones, they didn't have any oil on the tips of them on this side, so maybe the other side is the problematic one. But it's just weird because the misfiring didn't start to happen until I was a fair way through the session, so that says something to do with heat. But my coolant temps and everything were fine, so I dare say old coil packs just getting too hot, maybe. So we'll see on this next session. I can't really replicate it on the street because I was driving very hard, obviously, very high RPMs, and we drive very calmly, very nicely, very demure on the streets.
What the heck?
Yeah, so I'll get this other side in, which this is going to be the difficult side. I did the other side just because that was the easy one. So I'm going to have to get all these wires out of the way, and then we should be done. For the coil packs and spark plugs, that is. It is the next day. Not much has changed. Coil packs, spark plugs are done. I didn't end up videoing that last night because obviously I've got stuff on my camera. Because obviously it got dark. I had to go and pick my little brother up, and then we ended up making dinner, etc. So that didn't end up happening. I think today a good starter for us will be to swap the wheels over. Just gonna have to unload that trailer by myself, and then gonna have to swap the wheels over. If you haven't already checked them out, check out our sponsor Mods Direct on the internet. I think it's modsdirect.com.au. So they sell all of the performance parts and a lot of stuff that we do use for our drifting with the VQs and many other cars. So Mods Direct performance, it's meant to say parts fast after that, but I accidentally blew the rest of it off with a pressure washer. It's meant to look like that, which looks way better in my opinion. But yeah, so they also sell a lot of VQ turbo kits as well. So I think they're TMR Performance sold on the Mods Direct website. You can buy a whole entire kit to turbo your VQ, which is what I'll be doing later this year, hopefully. This thing will be turbo, so you can get a high mount turbo that goes right there, right up there, you know, exhaust manifold up, blah 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 blah, or you can get one that mounts sort of down next to the gearbox, which is good. That's a really good idea, and I like that a lot more than the Z, because the way that the Z is done, it is pushed in there next to the exhaust, like where the exhaust manifold is next to the engine, which makes it near impossible to get to this turbo in this car. Keith has a GoPro. Keith does not use GoPro. Keith does not do YouTube. So I might show you guys a little bit. Basically, you got your GK Tech knuckle, GK Tech upper control arm, and GK Tech lower control arm. He's just bolted his coil over into this side, and then he's got to do high misalignment tie rod ends. I think actually in the full kit, I think they're replaced from the inside of the thingy-majig up there, from the inside of the rack. GK Tech extended brake lines just arrived. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The car is up on stands now with all of the wheels off as well. And I will get started on these brake lines. I'm just going to watch a video to make sure that I've got the right side and doing the right thing. Yeah. I still have one wheel on actually, I lied. But yeah, gonna get this done. That way I have brakes again. We have brake fluid here as well, which is lovely. I didn't even realise that was like that. Zip ties. To hold that on. The crazy thing is, this isn't even the problematic one. Yeah, I'll get those replaced. Make sure that they're routed correctly so that we don't have that problem again, because that was not good. Good afternoon everyone, it is currently golden hour, so I thought I'd do a bit of a video update. I've been helping Keith for a lot of the day and running other errands, so I wasn't actually able to get much done on my car today, but Keith has now got lock, which is awesome, which is beautiful. I just kicked a socket from one end of the shed to the other. Just got bitten on my foot. Yeah, so extended brake lines are on. GK Tech for the win. Extended studs as well on this side. Done the extended brake line on the passenger side, and Evie's now currently hitting out the stock studs. Going to put extended ones in there. So yeah, I think that's where we might stop for the night. See you guys in the morning. Good morning everyone. It is day 3, Wednesday of my R&R. We're about to get started. Here you go, there is the complete job with the GK Tech brake lines. Beautiful. So I'm going to start off by doing the GK Tech brake lines on the rear, and then I'll do the extended studs, same way that I've done it for the rest of the car. And yeah, so not really much to that. The rears are even more of a simple setup and brake line wise. So these are the rears. Yeah, I'm going to get started. I was looking at the post tracking. It's really bright out here. And I was looking at the post tracking last night for my lower control arms and high misalignment tie rod ends, and it's looking like they may arrive today. So, very fortunately, it was in Sydney at 4 AM yesterday. So today, hopefully, obviously, should be here. It was only 3.5 hours yesterday rather than 15 hours where it was in Victoria. So I'm hoping it should be here today. Because after we finish these, I'm not going to bother doing the diff stuff other than the diff brace, because that seems to be a quick little bolt up job. Good morning again. I know this video is split up into a lot of morning videos, but yesterday I ended up doing the same thing for about, well, honestly, I don't know. I was working on the car all day. So I finished the extended studs, I finished the brake lines about an hour in, and then I decided to start messing around with my handbrake, because that has been a problem that I've been constantly having since I've had this car, actually. And so, finally, I've figured out the problem. It's all back together now. But what was wrong with it was this, if any of you have ever had a look in there. Sits, yeah, well, basically like that at the bottom. This one was sitting the wrong way. And so the offset hole in the middle of it, obviously you can tell it sits to one side, was not sitting on the hole where it needed to. There's a lip on the back of it that if that hole doesn't go into the existing hole on the knuckle, then it will sit out about that much. And about that much is what we needed to not be ripping the handbrake apart, because that's what was happening. All of the handbrake components were sitting out that tiny bit too far, and so any rotation that I would get on the wheel, the back of the studs would catch on that, which sucks, which is really annoying, because I think I destroyed all of my handbrake spare parts just for this, because the rest of them have been pulled off that. So yeah, but it also, I had a look at the cable wasn't returning, so I replaced the cable as well, and now it is returning. So when I get the car on the ground, I'm going to take it for a test. I'm praying that the handbrake works, but I'm not going to guarantee anything. I also installed the diff brace, if you guys can see it up in there. So yeah, that was easy. That was 3 bolts. It's really wasn't even anything that I was going to show you guys, because it was dark by the time I did that. It's starting to come off. Now I've done the other side. They're still Brembos, but they've painted over them, and then they've painted over them again, and then they've painted over them again. But now they match my car. I'm actually amazed that is what they were under it. So now I have silver brakes, which is exactly what I was planning on doing eventually. So weird. Just gonna have to get some Brembo stickers, but looks way better. That'll look cool under the silver Enkies as well. Just a real silver theme. Zan's back home with the Woody gaze. We got world's best fire extinguisher bracket. Beautiful.
Wait, Zan, did you notice
from
this was broken?
From Cap Industries, and that is the brackets installed. That looks good, and then I put the Z one on as well. Z is looking good. Need to clean this car pretty bad. It's kind of gross on the inside. And we live near the mine, so it's nice and dirty on the outside as well. Just about to get onto the G and do the exhaust. Make that not rattle. And then we're pretty well done. Then I'm just waiting for these lower control arms and high misalignment tolerance to show up. And I don't know if they'll show up today. If they show up tomorrow, I'll be on a fair time crunch, honestly, so we'll see. Out. So that was what was rattling, I'm pretty sure. So I took that out. I also had an O2 sensor loose, and so I did that back up. So that definitely could have been a part of why I was throwing flames, and it definitely could have been a part of the misfire as well. So good morning, everyone. This is going to be the final part of the video. So now that I'm done all my prep, I've taken the car for a test drive. It brakes, it doesn't handbrake still. I'm honestly stumped with what's going on with that. I have no idea, because I've virtually pulled it all apart and put it all back together again. Everything looks fine, so I'm gonna order some GK Take handbrake pads, because maybe it's to the point of that the handbrake was that shit for so long that those handbrake pads are just so worn. So I'll get to replacing those, and I'll just get more cables that are new. Hopefully that'll do something. Like, it has the same feel as Keith's car, but Keith's car's handbrake works and mine doesn't, so I don't know. I suppose I'll just keep buying parts for it and figuring out what's wrong with it, because everything is functional now. Yeah, but this is how the car sits right now. We're just doing some stuff on Zan's car.
Yes, we're stripping bolts over here.
Yep. Stripped a bolt last night, just got it out this morning, so it's looking like Zan is going to be going to this event. He had a problem with... Can you pause that music for us for a sec, please? He had a problem with his rocker cover gaskets leaking into the stems, and so we took my old motor's rocker covers off, and we discovered part of the problem. So if you guys can see that, which you can't, let me try some light. There you go. That is the coil pack melted in there. That is the coil pack melted in there. That is the coil pack melted in there. So I'm guessing that the head gasket on that side wasn't getting any coolant into the head, and so it very majorly overheated, melted the coil packs in there, which is annoying, but I'll start pulling that apart next R&R, and we'll see what we can do with that, which is unfortunate. But anywho, the next video will be washing the car and the drift event, and that'll be it, because it'll be too long otherwise. So thank you guys for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day or night or afternoon or morning or lunch, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys at the drift event.